You clicked on this video because you want to know why you have a super long day. It feels like you did so much, but you got nothing done. But nothing actually happened. But you didn't actually accomplish anything. You didn't get closer to your goals. Nothing seems like it's working. But you swore you worked all day. You woke up at 6 o'clock and you worked until 7 at night. And it just felt like you got nothing done, but you were out working all day. So what happened? Today we're going to talk about high value tasks. Okay? And I've had a lot of times in my career where I'm not doing high value tasks. And when I'm not paying attention to things that actually bring revenue into my business. And I think that this can translate into your life and your business. It's a super cool topic that is obvious to kind of think about and look at, but for anybody, it's easy to fall into these loops of doing things that are low value and, trying to please people and trying to feel like you're being everyone's superhero. But in reality, you're only hindering yourself and you're only hurting other people when you say you're going to do something and you don't want to do it because it's a low value task. So today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why you feel like you are doing so much in a day, but you're not getting anything done. And we're going to talk about how to fix that, how to get out of that, how to get better at doing high value tasks, how to grow from doing specifically high value tasks, how to offload, tasks that are not to your value to an employee or somebody else that you hire, or, asking someone else to do it where it might be within their role. So yeah, today is really about focus. And without any further ado, you worked all day and you feel like you got nothing done. Why? It's because you weren't doing high value tasks. Okay. So like me as a real estate agent, right? Like my most high value tasks are working with prospects, right? So being on the phone with a possible home seller, buyer, renter, whatever, being on the phone with a landlord, all those things, right? Those are the high value tasks. But there's a lot of things that come with this business that are not high value tasks. Putting lock boxes on houses, picking up and dropping off keys, copying keys, doing small maintenance work, cleaning up because you want to be a nice guy, doing all these other random tasks that come with being a real estate agent, right? I mean, you could get so lost in making your new postcard and then never sending it out. You could get so lost in, coming up with your new business plan that you're not actually going to act on. And I don't have to go too deep into it, but there's so many random tasks in any business that you and your specific role you're doing, and you're not supposed to be doing them because those are low value tasks for you. So once you step back and realize, what did I do today? And I challenge you to do this, take a piece of paper and write down, what are you doing in every single hour of the day? And, that's really where the success comes from, is realizing that you have time. Time is precious. Every second is precious. Millionaires, billionaires, they have their life down to the second, right? Because time is valuable. Time is precious. How do you spend your time? Because that's really what it comes down to in the end of the day. I mean, you could live a long life, but if you spent none of your time doing high value, productive tasks, then you're not going to make money. You're not going to feel productive. You're not going to feel like you're getting somewhere within your career. So yeah, I mean, that's where it comes down to is noting, what are you doing on a regular basis? Are you doing the high value tasks? And then write down at the top of the piece of paper, what are the high value tasks? For me, it's as a real estate agent, like I said, working with clients, working with prospects, but selling is really what I'm made for in this position, right? I'm the one who's making the phone call. I'm the one that's working with, closing the deal and getting this stuff in. I shouldn't be the one who's, taking care of keys or taking care of this or taking care of that. That is a low value task that I don't need to be doing. And I'm not saying this out of I'm better than anybody else. I'm just saying that as a salesperson, I signed up to make sales, right? So you need to figure out, what did you sign up for? You know what I mean? What are you signing up for, and what are you taking on and what are you not taking on, especially in your business, right? If you're doing all these low value tasks, you are taking away so much time, even if it's 1 hour, 2 hours out of the day. I thought that I was getting away with it, and I wasn't. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, it's 1 hour out of the day. It's half an hour out of the day. It's no problem. I'll go take care of it. Over time, 30 minutes could have been me, relaxing, because I worked all day. 30 minutes could have been me on Facebook Marketplace prospecting for more owners. 30 minutes could have been me, whatever, talking to a prospect, talking to a home seller, that's what it comes down to. And that 30 minutes day over day, 30 minutes a day for a week ends up being a couple hours. I'm not going to do the math. I suck at math. But for real, it ends up being, way like you're wasting time, especially as a business owner when every second matters. You know what I mean? So audit what you're doing, look at what you're doing, and make sure that those are the high value tasks. And if you're not doing the high value tasks, just start with only focusing on the high value tasks. So now we're going to get into the place of how to fix this, right? We talked about why you did a whole bunch of stuff today, but you feel like you weren't getting anywhere, you're not being productive. It's because you're not doing the high value tasks that move your goals forward. Just like I've talked about in previous videos. If you haven't watched them, you should. They're on my channel. But consistency comes, and winning comes with doing the same task that moves the ball forward, that high value task consistently, right? You want to lose weight. Okay, run and eat well every single day. Those are the high value tasks. If you do those two things every single day consistently, you almost can't lose, right? So learn what those high value tasks are for you and do those high value tasks. And if you're not doing those high value tasks, you're not going to move the goal forward consistently, right? Take the losing weight example, like I said, if instead of working out and eating healthy every single day, your two high value tasks, instead of doing those consistently, maybe you go for a small walk, maybe you go to the playground with your kid and you dance around on the slide for a little bit, you know what I mean? Or you end up breaking your diet here or there, you know what I mean? That stacks up, bro. That's the low value tasks that you're doing. Once you just focus on the high value tasks, you could feel like you're getting more done because you literally are getting more done, but you don't realize that in your head because you're not thinking about high value tasks. And I don't blame you. I knew about high value tasks for years and I got too deep into it. I was doing low value tasks and it had to take, a step back and say to myself, I need to stop, right? I need to do the high value tasks only. And as soon as I started doing that, I realized that within a week, we can do the same revenue that we were doing in a month. In just 1 week, we could do that same amount of revenue because we're not focusing on the low value tasks, right? So stop focusing on low value tasks to feel like that you have more progression in your day because you can point to doing those two high value tasks, even if it's a 1 hour session, right? I have two high value tasks that I have to get done every single day. Well, a couple. It's running, right? Getting my workout in, sweating, really sweating and getting that workout in, legitimately running, like a 5K, 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles to really get the sweat going. Cold calling and making real contacts when I'm cold calling people, right? Actually talking to people and feeling like I have someone that I could put on my list to talk to in the future who actually accepted my conversation. And then next is making videos like this, right? It's if I can step back at the end of my day and say, okay, I made my YouTube video, I did my run, I posted my content, and I made my cold calls, I'm good. I don't care what else happened today. You know what I mean? I do in a sense, but those are the things that picked up a bulk of my time, right? So that's really what it comes down to. And now we'll talk about the fixing it because I yapped about the other half. When you want to fix not doing these low value tasks, you need to focus on delegating, number one, and number two, just not doing those tasks, right? Focus first on doing the high value tasks. Wake up in the morning, get your run in, get your cold calls in, get your video making in, and then move on to the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Or know that these are scheduled periods where you're doing these things. Before I get out of my car after work every single day, make these videos. That's get it done every single time, get it done, right? So just cut out a time in the day to do it, or just do it in the morning. And then just stop doing the low value tasks. If you know that it's not going to make a difference whether or not you do it, don't do it. Don't do it. What's going to happen? You know what I mean? You don't have to do that low value task. You have to do that high value task because you're not going to feel bad if you didn't do that high value task or you're not going to feel bad if you did not do that low value task. So keep that in mind as well. But delegate, Just stop doing the low value tasks and then just focus on doing the high value tasks. And then that way you can just get the high value tasks done. You could feel like you're progressing. You could feel like your day is happening. You could feel like you're winning. You could feel like you're moving towards those goals. Things are actually working. So that's really what it comes down to. You had a full day. You weren't able to focus on doing the high value tasks. Instead, you did the low value, beat around the bush stuff, and you didn't get further in your goal. So you feel like crap. So don't be that guy. Focus on the high value tasks and, stay focused. If you feel your focus coming off of doing that high value task, cut yourself back, do it now. It sounds stupid to just be like, oh yeah, just snap of a fingers, bring yourself back. But I do that. I'll be, I have this thing where it's like, I just stop, you know what I mean? And it's like, I'll have like food in my mouth where I'm like, this is not good for me. This is just me eating more and more food. And I'll literally just stop and spit it out. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're halfway through the task, you can stop before you swallow, right? Like, you could, I'm blanking, but generally, you're scrolling on Instagram, whatever. You can scroll right off Instagram. You could just swipe right up and get right back to what you were doing on your computer, on your phone, or whatever. Pull yourself away. Stop yourself. You control yourself, and don't act like you don't. So, with all that being said, this is what you need to do to have a more productive day. You know what I mean? Watch this video. Think about these things. Audit your time. Figure out what those high value tasks are. Write them at the top of that piece of paper and then do those first. Stop worrying about the low value stuff that you're doing. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter. The low value stuff doesn't matter. Okay? If you want to build a life, if you want to build wealth, if you want to build a business, if you want to be awesome, if you want to be, all these cool things, you have to focus on the high value tasks, right? And if you try and pick up these low value tasks knowing you're going to half bottom, then what's the point in doing them anyways? Like, you're going to make other people think that you're a half butter, you know what I mean? And that you're going to half butt everything. So do it only if you're going to do it at 100%, because you know that it's the highest value, because you know that it's the best for you, because it's the thing. Alex Hormozi says this line where it's like, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. You know what I mean? Anything that's not a hell yes is a no. There's no, maybe I'll do it. It's got to be a hell mother effing yes. Other than that, it's a no. You know what I mean? You really need to know what's best for you. What's the highest value for you? What's the best, use of your time to get rich and start building something. So with all that being said, that's my yap session for today. A little bit long, but I feel like there's a little bit of value in this. Hopefully you saw a little bit of value in this. It took me a lot of time to figure this out. And now that I'm starting to do this, I'm very excited about it. So I wanted to share it with you. And I hope that you can get some value out of this video. If you did get value out of this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know. I would love to talk to you. And like this video if you like my content. I would love your support. And if you would like to support me, thumbs up. And then subscribe to my channel for more. If you like motivational videos or videos of me embarrassing myself in my car on YouTube, then subscribe, because I make new videos like this every single day. Motivational, business, cold calling, all these things. I'm 23 years old. I built a sales business. I do kind of okay for myself. And I've learned some things along the way of building a leasing business and a real estate sales business. And I want to help you. So you deserve a better life. You deserve to be great, and you're going to do it through these videos. So keep watching, subscribe, like these videos. Hopefully they'll get better in the future. I know they'll get better in the future. I'm working on getting things in line so that I can have a better background. I'm not sitting in my car. It's more professional. You guys get more cuts. You don't have to hear the weird yap sessions that I go into, and it's better. These are going to be shorter. You don't have to listen to 15 minutes of me talking. You probably didn't make it to the end anyways, but if you did, leave a comment down below. Let me know. Thank you so much to my people out there who watch my content consistency. I love you so much. And until next time, have a wonderful day. I'm sure we'll talk soon. Go be great. You deserve it. And come back tomorrow for more. Thank you.